Hey, so when I first started my healthy hair journey, I knew that moisturizing my hair was crucial. I did not know what to moisturize with, however. It took me a lot of trial and error and a lot of time to realize what was best for my hair and how to tell what was best for my hair. I want to save people time who still don't really know how to choose a moisturizer for their hair, and this is for any type of hair, but obviously the ones I choose for me were for curly hair because I have curly hair. So here we go. First thing, moisturizer is something that has water in it. It is not an oil, it is not a butter, it is not a cream. It has to have water in it. It can be a mixture of the three things I just mentioned, but it also has to have water in it, okay? A lot of people say, oh, the main ingredient is water, this must be cheap because water is not expensive. That's ridiculous. Just because the first ingredient's water does not mean you shouldn't get it and think that the manufacturer is skimping on quality ingredients. That's not what's happening there. Now, if the rest of the ingredients are not good and bad for your hair, then okay, but water is the main ingredient for a moisturizer, is essential. You use a moisturizer because you want to avoid having dry hair, but yet you do not want to go and wash your hair every single day or condition it in the shower every single day. Some people don't want to do that. It makes sense to me. It takes a while to do, and at night it's good to moisturize your ends. You don't need to moisturize all your hair. All your hair does not need the same amount of moisture. The ends are the driest, so they need the most amount of moisture, and you want to do them more often, and that's where the moisturizer comes in. Another side note that's really important: a lot of people say that silicone and mineral oil is bad. Now, for moisturizing your hair, it is. Those things alone do not moisturize your hair at all. If you just put mineral oil, something that has mainly mineral oil base, it is not going to moisturize your hair. Again, water is the only thing that can moisturize your hair. If it has water and silicone or water and mineral oil, it is moisturizing, but it also blocks out any further moisture from getting in. So it's like it moisturizes it and then it seals it shut, so no more moisture can leave your hair, which is a good thing, but no more can get into your hair strands, which is a bad thing. Now, if you want as much moisture as possible, that is a bad thing. However, if you want to avoid frizz and keep a certain style, and humidity is going to mess that style up, then silicones and mineral oils are not so bad. But they are not ideal for moisturizing because they lock out moisture from your hair. The type of moisturizer you need depends on your hair type. Now, I'm not going to get into 3A, B, C, D, whatever in terms of hair types, because I don't even understand it, and I don't know what my hair type is, and I don't care what my hair type is. I just know that it's curly and it's like medium thickness, so that's all I need to know. And with that said, the moisturizer you buy has to be in agreement to what type of hair you have. Nobody likes their hair to feel weighed down or thick or gunky or filled with product. So for me, a thick moisturizer that is heavy is not going to be good for me. That depends on what hair type you have. So at first I thought that oils and butters like shea butter was moisture because I didn't know what I was doing. And that was back in 2010, in the beginning of 2010. I really didn't know what was what. So after I realized that that's not moisture and you actually need water in whatever product that you're using, I started using this. This moisturizer was okay, but it was a little too heavy on my hair, and I wasn't crazy about the smell, and for my hair type, yeah, it was just too heavy, and it really didn't do what I wanted it to do for me. So I then gave that away and I switched to this next one. So the John Frieda cream. It was really nice, smells great, but the cream texture of it was too thin. It was too light, and it didn't feel like it was really doing anything to the hair. It did have water in it again, so that was good, but it was not heavy enough to really set saturate my hair and make it feel well moisturized. It would feel moisturized when I first put it on, but then maybe an hour or two later it felt like it evaporated. So I knew that I needed something with a little bit more oil in it as well. So that was nice, and I suggest that for fine hair or thin hair. Creams are good for fine and thin hair. The first one with the shea is good for, I believe, thicker textures. And so then I moved on to Silk Elements. And Silk Elements moisturizer was nice. The smell was a little too much for me, but then on top of that, it was too thick again. It was too thick for my hair, and it had, to me, more oil than it did water, to the point where my hair just felt oily and not really as watery. And not really as moisturized. Now, that does not mean that it won't work for other people. Maybe someone with a thicker texture, it would work better. Now, the last thing and the best thing I found to moisturize our hair is this Soft Sheen Carson Shea Butter Green Tea Strengthening Oil Moisturizer. I mentioned this a lot in videos, and I even have a separate video dedicated to this because I was just so happy when I found it because it works so well on my hair. Look at the consistency. So you see, it is watery because it drips, but it's not super watery to the point where it's just going to evaporate into my hair and be gone. And it's called Strengthening Oil Moisturizer because there's some oil in here. There's jojoba oil, there's soybean oil, there's coconut oil, there's avocado oil. All of these oils help to seal in the moisture, and the first ingredient is water. So this was perfect for me. I can't show you the consistency of the other ones I mentioned because I gave them away to people that wanted them because they weren't working for me, so I just needed to clear out my stash completely. But yeah, I love the smell too of that. It's really nice. So that's how you choose moisturizers. I even use this moisturizer on my ends when my hair is straight and flat ironed because it's not going to revert my ends as long as I don't put too much on. So that's what I use. Find what's good for your hair. Definitely keep in mind the texture of your hair and try new things. And just don't be afraid to experiment. And once you find a good one, I suggest not straying from it, you know, as long as it's still working. A lot of people ask me questions about hair and how to get healthy hair, and I just wanted to take some time to give a more detailed video, especially on moisturizers, because that's such a key part of having like healthy curly hair. So I hope this helps someone choose a moisturizer. If you have any questions, definitely leave them below and I will get to them ASAP. And thanks for watching.